And in Minnesota, that officer who held his knee on George Floyd's neck was charged Friday with third-degree murder and manslaughter. According to court papers, Derek Chauvin kept his knee on Floyd's neck for nearly 3 minutes while Floyd was non-responsive. Reports say Chauvin had at least 18 prior complaints against him. Let's get right to the opinion zone and bring in tonight's panelists. Bob Bianchi, former prosecutor and now defense attorney, and social commentator LISA Durden. Good to have you both back. Bob, I want to start with you. On the legal side of this, with the officer being taken into custody who was seen in the video with his knee on George Floyd's neck, what are the legal implications of the other officers? They've been fired. They were there. The average person looks at this and said, how did nobody get involved to stop this?
Bill, we're in an area what we call accomplice liability. So if multiple people are doing something, it doesn't have to just be one person on the neck. It could also be the officer, we don't have the autopsy yet, that had his knee in his back, and the other officers who were standing by and in concert protecting the actions of these police officers. Prosecutors will seek to determine whether or not they were part of the commission of the overall offense, and if so, they can be charged with offenses as well. But also take into account, my last point here is that the prosecutors may want to take the officers that weren't necessarily physical with the victim here and flip them and use them as witnesses against those who are more responsible.
LISA, let me turn to you on this, on another side issue that happened in Minneapolis. CNN crew, the camera crew, the reporter gets arrested by the state police. They were later released, but what is going on in Minneapolis?
Well, it was interesting that the black CNN reporter got arrested. There was a white CNN reporter and the black CNN reporter, so the black guy got arrested. But overall, I think they tried to get rid of reporters because they don't want them to report the facts.
Bob, how bad is this for the Minneapolis police, the governor who apologized, the state police?
Police brutality is something that I was very keen on when I was the prosecutor to ensure. Look, I support the police, but I don't support illegal conduct. And this was being done in such an open fashion in front of so many people with other officers watching. It makes one wonder what is happening within that police department. So from the standpoint of an administrator, I mean, this is just bad, bad, bad. And I certainly wouldn't want to be a part of it. And as a prosecutor, I'm certainly going to send a message that it's not tolerable and even consider taking the department over.
Thank you, guys. Enjoy your weekend. We'll talk next week.